Take questions for the student athletes and then back to Coach Fabry. Coach?
Good opening quarter for the Bobcats. Into halftime with a solid lead. Miami made a great charge and almost an instant replay of the opening round game against Marquette. Just a great game I'm sure to watch. One that we're thrilled obviously to win and move on to the Sweet 16. Can't say enough, great things about Coach Katie Meyer and her Miami team, but I'm just so proud of our Bobcats and the way they battled and the way that they again responded in the most difficult of situations on their home court, not to lose the lead and make big plays again.
Questions for the student athletes?
Dave Borges, New Haven Register. Morgan, seemed like every time they either went on a mini run or seemed poised to go on a run, you guys countered, and you were responsible personally for a lot of those with three-pointers. And were you just feeling it tonight, basically? Is that as simple as that?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates and coaches, they all have, the utmost confidence in more confidence than I do in my shot. So, I've just did what my coaches have been asking me to do for the last 4 years. And that was just shoot it, and I just let it fly because, we had nothing to lose.
Bob Mortale, WQUN Radio. In the last 48 hours plus, we've seen this team build up double-digit leads. Time and time again, have the other team make a serious run. You never relinquish the lead in either game. For each of the players, what has that been like for you guys to kind of withstand the onslaught of an attempted comeback that you thwarted on 2 occasions?
Aaron, you want to start?
Grit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On both games, teams came back and, cut the lead kind of short. But, we stayed focused and we knew our end goal and we just maintained our lead and we ended up being successful.
Yeah, I mean, just to bounce off Aaron, I think in times that, they weren't going our way, we stayed together as a team and we really just fought it out.
Mm-hmm. It's nothing that we haven't seen all year. And that's why we are the team that we are, because of this whole season. And it has shaped us into the players that we are today. The toughness that we have is incredible. I am so proud of my team. I'm sorry. I'm so proud of my team because of how tough they are.
Walter?
Walter Villa for ESPN. Morgan, can you talk about your shot and the evolution of it? The stroke seems, obviously it would work beautifully long, like a long stroke, maybe a long follow through. Can you talk about the evolution of your shot and as a career night and how it, how long it took you to get here, the work that you put in? Just talk about your shooting, please.
I've always been a shooter growing up. My coaches always, all the time, keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. And, honestly, I feel like I haven't hit a 3 in a very long time, the last couple of games. And, even today in shoot-around, I was missing, and coach was like, just keep shooting, just keep shooting. And the one thing I focused on today was, getting it higher than I usually do, because when I do miss, I have a very flat shot. So my goal was the more arc, and obviously it helped.
Tim and Dave.
Morgan, Tim Reynolds of the AP. I know the thinking all season was get to the tournament, win game, see what happens. Now that it's over and you've won these 2, how realistic really was this for you guys when you saw the bracket, knowing that you didn't have to beat 2 major conference teams to get out of these, to get to Stockton? How realistic did you really think it was?
I think we just came in here with a lot of confidence. I have confidence in all of our players and our coaching staff. They prepare us very well for each game. And we didn't look at, the team name on their shirts. It was, we were going to play Quinnipiac basketball, and we were going to do what we can. And if we had to adjust, we had to adjust. And I think, I am lost of words that we were in a Sweet 16, but I couldn't be more proud of our team and what we've accomplished.
Dave?
Adley, Morgan hit a lot of the big threes, but the one you hit with about less than a minute left, the 1-point game, just take us through that shot and how you feel? Did it feel good coming out of your hands?
Honestly, didn't know it was going in. But I was definitely hoping for the best, but once I saw it release my hand, I kind of knew it was. And obviously, I got excited afterwards. But yeah, it was just amazing that it went in, and I was obviously very, very pumped about it.
Back of the room.
Maury Hirsch-Gordon, Q30. Last night, you're outside of your hotel. It's close to 1 in the morning, and it's the second time in the last couple of weeks that it's happened. Did you ever think that it was, maybe a good luck charm?
Some of our teammates are saying that. It was actually really funny. We're just making a joke out of it because it did happen during the MAC tournament. We had a fire alarm, and we all were outside waiting to get back in. So we're like, hey, this happened before. Deja vu, basically. So yeah, we were joking about that, but it panned out the way the way it did.
Questions? Walter?
Just for all three of you, can you talk about I know you're a confident team. You've won, 29 games now, but are you feeling even more confident now given what you've accomplished here and going forward now to face South Carolina?
Absolutely. I think every game that we win, we build more confidence. It's kind of hard not to.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Eddie. I think we have a lot of confidence right now, and we're just going to take the next game like the next game.
Yeah, our goal at the beginning of the season was to make it to the Sweet 16. Now, we made it, so why not keep going?
It's honestly addicting. It really is. Like, something about this tournament, it's you just want more and more and more, and we're going to try to get some more.
That was Adelie, Morgan, Aaron, and then back to Adelie. Questions for Coach Fabry? Dave?
Obviously, this game is beyond great for the program, for you and the players. Can you also look at it as being good for the sport itself, women's basketball, with the parity we talked about yesterday, and a 12 beating a 4 and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think anytime that you can get a new name moving forward in a bracket creates an excitement, and that's really ultimately what the March Madness is about, right? When you have those upsets and what everyone looks forward to, and the buzz that it has created in the, what it's become, the excitement, and that's what everyone looks forward to. So we're happy to do our part in creating the March Madness and move it forward. But definitely, again, I think we flew under the radar getting into the tournament, and I just saw, the teams in our pod and really liked our opportunities down here. So this team was very confident coming into the tournament, coming down here to see our opponents, and made the most of our real opportunities down here this weekend.
Tim?
Trish, congratulations.
Thanks, Tim.
You're supposed to be a hockey school, and you kind of shot some holes in that one over the last 3 days. I know you're not going to be on campus for long, but what do you think the reaction is going to be when you get back up there?
I think that it is going to be over the moon thrilled. I mean, the outpouring of support that we have received while we've been down here has been like none other that I've ever witnessed. And I know that when we get back to campus and what's going on back there, the buzz up there has been incredible. So we're excited to get back and see everybody. So they love their women's basketball. I mean, us going down to the tournament, they already expected us to win. That's, our fans expect us to win. So that was almost like no surprise to them. They were excited to see what happened tonight.
And as a follow-up, when Katie was in here, she said that in the handshake line, you were trying to keep it so together, and she had to say to you, please go enjoy this, please go celebrate. Just what was, in that immediacy, what was that moment like for you?
Be professional. Be professional. Be professional, go down the line, shake the hands, congratulate them on a good season. Obviously, there's a disappointment But do the right thing and then get into the locker room with your team, and then that's where you have your moment with your team.
In the back.
Sierra Goodwill, Q30. In the beginning of the third quarter, your team picked up a couple fouls real quick, and you had Adelie and Jen on the bench with 4. How do you make sure that your team doesn't get discouraged and stays disciplined?
It's what we've done. Again, I think we sound a little redundant as a broken record. I mean, again, this team has epitomized a true team. I mean, everyone's, I'm up here because I have head coach, but I have an incredible staff. It's a team. I mean, I have to remind everybody, we didn't have a player named on the first team All-MAC because on any given night, I think the debate that hurts us is you'll talk to coaches in the league that it was a different player on a different night that had a big game. And for those who are not as familiar with the program, you see that tonight. Jen was great. The first, had the hot hand, and Morgan had the hot hand. And then you have the mainstays that have always chip in and do it, but we do it together on defense, and it's whoever is going to, get the ball and put the ball in the basket. The team is so unselfish. We ultimately are epitomize what team is. They can't take away 2 or 3 people and beat us. And that's why we win a lot.
Holder.
Coach, you have a very good passing team. You had 24 assists today. What did you think early on? Maybe it might have been first minute or 2. Miami goes into a press, pretty much full court. Did you think that played right into your hands? What were you thinking?
Well, that's a tendency of theirs to do it. I thought they came a little harder. I think they saw probably some things on film that they might be able to do and have some success. But it does allow us to get out and go. And once we took a deep breath against the press, that it allowed us to get out in transition and really score and get us going offensively in transition for some good looks and open up a nice lead.
Trish, you started the Gold Rush 4 or 5 years ago.